Friends, hello and welcome. This is the launch day for the NVIDIA RTX 3060 Ti graphics cards that you maybe didn't even know were about to launch, but I bet you're excited because we all get really excited about graphics cards these days. I have both the Founders Edition and the ASUS TUF version right here. And so without any caveats, qualms, or other things that I feel like need to be said to preface this video, I am ready to see how these graphics cards perform. They're gone.
Excellent!
Join ASUS for their PC DIY Day on December 3rd. PC DIY Day is a celebration of the ASUS PC building legacy and will bring together a community of PC gamers, creators, builders, and modders for a day of live streaming and interactive educational videos with your favorite PC builders like my friend JJ, whose helpful tutorials will make building your own PC as easy as 1, 2, 3. Prep, build, and play. There will be contests and giveaways too, with $1,500 ASUS store gift cards up for grabs, so check the sponsor link in the description or head over to the ASUS YouTube or Twitch channels for more. All right, well, there's a piece of paper here. This says, Dear Reviewer, thank you for agreeing to review the new NVIDIA GeForce RTX 3060 Ti. The GeForce RTX 3060 Ti GPU is the most advanced GPU ever created in its class. It enables gamers, creators, and developers to experience entirely new worlds of gaming and imagination, blah, 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 blah. If you're reading this, it means the new instant inventory feature of the RTX 3060 Ti has been activated, and your review samples have now been instantaneously transferred over to a paying customer. This is new. I don't think this was in the reviewer's guide. Inventory issues have been an ongoing problem for the 30 series, so this new feature is designed to nip that problem in the bud by immediately removing review samples from the hands of greedy and manipulative reviewers and placing them into the more deserving hands of paying customers when stock runs low at retail outlets. As many customers have pointed out on social media, they would totally have lots and lots of GPUs to choose from and buy if it wasn't for reviewers receiving samples. So now that problem is fixed and everyone is happy. Have a great day. Sincerely, NVIDIA. Well, this is news to me, but certainly understandable given the level of backlash that some of us reviewers have received from people who are like, I can't buy a graphics card and you have one, so therefore I am mad at you. And not mad at people who are using bots to scoop up a bunch of inventory to resell on eBay or otherwise perform scalper-like behavior, or the specter of cryptocurrency mining coming back now that Bitcoin has reached, like $20,000 again or something like that. It makes perfect sense to me though, honestly, and quite a few upshots I'd say from this now. For one, I've got a little bit more free time on my hands. Maybe I can finish off that game of Civilization that I tried to start 3 months ago before all of these products started launching. More importantly though, I'm just happy because now that I, a reviewer, do not have a sample to test and give you guys some feedback on, it means that everyone who might try to buy an RTX 3060 Ti has obviously been able to buy one. So you guys are all obviously very happy right now with your successful RTX 3060 Ti orders in, and we can just wrap this video up. I do feel like I should flesh it out a little bit more maybe, so how about this? I did record an unboxing video for those RTX 3060 Ti's before they disappeared, so let's check that out. Here it is, guys, the unboxing, my first actual look at the RTX 3060 Ti. Just so excited about this launch. The graphics cards, just gonna get these out of the boxes and test them and run them through a bunch of tests and games and benchmarks. And you know, it's time consuming and everything, but I don't care. I'm gonna do it anyway. Here is our first one, and I left these in the packaging that they shipped in so we could get the full, authentic unboxing experience. And here we have the Founders Edition RTX 3060 Ti. That one's probably gonna be very sexy, and it's gonna look nothing like the RTX 3070, I'm sure. Of course, that is not all. We also have a third-party add-in board model here from ASUS, which I believe is a TUF. Yes, indeed, this appears to be the TUF series, so I'm guessing this is going to be somewhat akin to the TUF RTX 3080 that I've already seen, although we'll see if it's bigger or smaller or about the same size. And there is our retail packaging for our ASUS TUF Gaming RTX 3060 Ti. Two brand new graphics cards that I'm really looking forward to spending hours upon hours testing and testing and testing. It's very nice to be able to check out two of these cards right out of the gate. I think we'll start off with the Founders Edition since that's the usually the one recently that everything else gets compared to. And it does seem like NVIDIA is going with the same packaging and probably the same size and cooler design for the 3060 Ti that they did with the RTX 3070, which I do have right here to show a little bit of a side-by-side comparison once we get this out of the box. I feel like these boxes get some vacuum suction going on when you're actually taking them out a bit. But there it is, presented to you at a nice bit of an angle, so it's like saying hello to you, giving you a little bit of a greeting. And this is a different color. I can say that. I can confirm that for sure right out of the gate. But it also does appear to have the exact same power delivery setup, which means you're gonna need to use this little adapter, which many of us have lamented. I'm not against NVIDIA going and deciding they need to make their own little power plug or anything, but because it's not standardized in any way, and because they put it right there in the dead center of the card, you're always gonna have this kind of silly little dongle hanging off, which is hard to match with custom sleeved cables or anything like that. I'm gonna leave that on just to sort of shame them for it or whatever, and also to make it more fun as I'm flipping the card over. But hey, there's a look at the card itself, and if you watch the RTX 3070 video at all, you're probably like, hey, that's an RTX 3070. But no, it's not quite. It's not quite exactly the same. And hopefully that makes it evident right there that while these are the same size, and they do have the same fan configuration, and they do have the same sort of flow-through area towards the back, which is also a design that I like, by the way. I think it's a fairly effective means of pushing some extra air across heat pipes or across fin arrays rather than just having it go right up against a PCB or something like that. The backplate does appear to be pretty much exactly the same for both of these models, although the RTX 3070 text is a little bit darker. It's kind of gray, whereas the 3060 Ti has some white text on there that does stand out a little bit more. We're also looking at the same layout in terms of video outs, and there's that HDMI 2.1 out as well. Today should be December 1st, or at least as of the day that this video goes up. These are actually going up for sale on December 2nd, which is tomorrow. And in case I didn't mention it, the MSRP listed by NVIDIA is $400 or $399. And no, if the sales of the 3070 or pretty much any graphics card that's selling for above $150 or so is any indication right now, these are going to sell out immediately, just like the RTX 3080 and 3070 and 3090 and the 6800 and 6800 XT. But that availability again is December 2nd worldwide. If you're in the US, NVIDIA is directing you towards Best Buy and Micro Center. If you have learned that from this video, then Best Buy and Micro Center are already sold out of these cards, but that appears to be the retailers that are going to have them in stock. If you're in Canada, they say purchase from bestbuy.com, and according to NVIDIA's numbers, the GeForce RTX 3060 Ti is 40% faster than its predecessor, the RTX 2060 Super, and is just faster, generally speaking, than an RTX 2080 Super, which again, if you're talking about a $400 card versus a card that was $700 just a few months ago, it seems like you might be getting a nice bump up in base performance compared to what was available with the 20 series. And we also have the same memory configuration between the 3070 and the 3060 Ti, which is 8 gigabytes of GDDR6 with 14 gigabits per second data rate. It's on a 256-bit bus for a total memory bandwidth of 448 gigabytes per second. The main difference you're going to see between the two of these is the CUDA core count for the GPU itself, which is 4,864 versus 5,888 for the 3070. And then the boost clock is a little bit more conservative at 1665 megahertz boost out of the box for the Founders Edition versus 1,725 for the RTX 3070. Of course, I'm guessing you're going to see lots of the 3060 Ti's shipped overclocked, and often if you're looking at a GPU that has a cut down CUDA core count, they will often be able to run at higher frequencies. Beyond that, we have a 200 watt TDP for the 3060 Ti, which is a little bit down again compared to the 3070, which has a 220 watt TDP. Or TGP, I should say, is what NVIDIA says. It's the total graphics power. And I think that's all I have to say for an initial unboxing and first look at the 3060 Ti Founders Edition here. I would say that if I'm comparing the two of these aesthetically, very much just a choice of whether you like the darker gray or the more silver finish. I'd say I like the darker gray a little bit better, but that said though, continuing what NVIDIA has done with the Founders Edition cards for the 30 series, I think they've done a great job with all of them. And even these relatively lower end models like the 3060 Ti and 3070 have a very nice feel. They feel very premium, and you can tell that a lot of effort has gone into the design for the cooling as well as aesthetics. And now for our next victim, the ASUS TUF Gaming RTX 3060 Ti, part of the ASUS TUF Gaming series, supports ASUS Aura Sync for RGB. Spec-wise, this should be pretty much the same, although I do believe this is an OC model. Yes, this is an OC model, so it's going to ship with a higher base and boost frequency, although I could not tell you exactly what those are. In order to do that, I'll have to install these and run a bunch of tests. Probably going to be spending a lot of time testing today and for the rest of the few days, and that's okay. I'm willing to spend all that time doing the testing because I know it's important for you guys. Here's our card reveal. Ta-da! Here's the card. No other accessories in the box, in case you're wondering, just a setup guide, and I believe there's an actual driver disc in there, which seems a little weird to me, but I guess they're still doing that. All right, and here's our graphics card itself. And if you guys watched my video of the unboxing of all of the RTX 3080s, which included the ASUS RTX 3080 TUF Gaming Edition, you might notice some distinct similarities here. I would pull that out and do a little side-by-side, but that card has been installed in a computer in a build I recently did, and that build is going to be given away, so we'll go without that for now, but let me just say that this is basically the same cooler. It looks like basically the same layout and design overall. They even have a performance mode and quiet mode switch, which is a good thing. Just to point out, that's a useful thing to have. It is functional to have a dual BIOS setup, whether you're going to just use the built-in performance modes and quiet modes, or whether you're going to use that more effectively as a dual BIOS setup. You also, of course, have the secret hidden plastic protective covers on the hubs of the central fans. And just got to point this out once again, you guys. Anyone who's unboxing a graphics card, if you have a graphics card, you know, you'll get a good 5 frames per second extra if you remove the plastic off of those central fans. Got a cover over here as well, and that is over the RGB accent feature of this. And again, because the cards look effectively the same, if you'd like to see what this graphics card looks like in a complete build, then check out the $2,000-ish build that I did recently in the Fractal Meshify 2. That build will actually be given away in the near future too, so subscribe to my YouTube channel if you're not already to find out when that actually goes up for sale. Key difference here though between the 3080 in particular and this model is going to be your power requirements. You've got a single 8-pin for this card, but again, this is indicating that they're reusing the same PCB layout because you can see right here where the second 8-pin power connector would be. And that's not uncommon at all for the graphics card manufacturers to reuse PCB layouts. Often it's just a matter of removing or adding components depending on the memory configuration and power delivery configuration for the GPU that is housed at the center of the PCB, which in this case would be right under there. Here are your video outs, and here's actually an area where you might be interested in something extra, especially if you're considering, for example, I don't know, like a dual output configuration or something like that. Having 2 of these HDMI 2.1 outputs I think actually is pretty useful in some scenarios. That said, you still get 3 full-size DisplayPort outputs, but it was ASUS's decision to add that extra HDMI output, and I think that is a bit of a value add. Other than that, I wanted to get a quick measurement here, which should be 12 inches, again the same size as the other card. I seem to have misplaced my MNPC Tech ruler. It is somewhere. The Founders Edition, I believe, is 9.5 inches long. Yes, 9.5 inches. So you do get a substantially larger card in the ASUS TUF Gaming RTX 3060 Ti then in the Founders Edition. I have not tested these 2 cards, but when it comes to the RTX 3080, the TUF design for the cooler and everything did a quite good job and actually resulted in a little bit better thermal performance than the Founders Edition. That said, the Founders Edition keeps everything fairly slim, so if you're looking at building in a smaller case, like a mini ITX build or something like that, and you need to stick to that 2-slot design for the cooler, then this might be a better option for you. That said, I think that is enough for a bit of a first look and first impressions of these new RTX 3060 Ti graphics cards. I'm gonna pop them back in the box just for the sake of authenticity, and then maybe we can go ahead and get some benchmarks done. So that's all I've got for this video, you guys. I hope you've enjoyed my unboxing of a couple of the new RTX 3060 Ti's from NVIDIA, the NVIDIA version with the Founders Edition, as well as the ASUS TUF Edition. And I really do hope that inventory allocation is better, that there are more of these GPUs available, that people are actually able to buy these graphics cards. Because at $400, assuming NVIDIA isn't being too disingenuous with their comparison to the RTX 2080 Super, that's a nice bit of performance gain for less money compared to last generation. But because I know that there are other reviewers out there who have done actual benchmarks and have some performance numbers for you guys, I will scoop up a few of those and put links to them in the video description down below if you want to see some little bit more fleshed out content than what I brought you guys today. That said, if you did enjoy this video, hit the thumbs up button on your way out, and while you're down there in the description checking out those links, you can also find a link to my store at paulshardware.net, where you can buy shirts and mugs and pint glasses and all other manner of various Paul's Hardware paraphernalia. It's all very high quality, and it's a great way to help me out and get yourself some Paul's Hardware merchandise. Thank you once again for watching this video, you guys, and we'll see you next time.